Hello and welcome to Critical Strike, episode 36. I'm Josh Picknell, and here with me is Kyle, the Slugger, Dumond.
What can I say? I hit him pretty good.
What up, slugs?
Not much at all. How about you?
We're finally recording.
I know, what's been like almost 2 months?
The long-awaited return, because Paul broke us and made us not want to record anymore.
Yeah, and work kind of screwed us both over, and I've been in the hospital again.
Was age kicking up?
Yeah, it's the high five.
Been in the hospital, beating your girlfriend, your laptop broke.
Oh my god, okay. I didn't beat her. I just hit her in the face when I was trying to turn off the alarm clock.
Yeah, you beat her with the alarm clock.
No, not with the alarm clock, while I was trying to turn it off. She was laying on my arm, and I kind of jerked my arm out from underneath there, and her face happened to be right there. You know, and one thing led to another, and she had a bit of a mark under her eye.
I'm just saying, sir, from my perspective, it seems like you took a lead pipe to her head.
Oh, God.
I'm just putting that out there.
Really glad her dad didn't see it, or else I'd be dead. I'd be in the Schuylkill with cement galoshes.
Ooh.
Even though the Schuylkill's only like 10 feet deep.
I think it's about time that we get on with this.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you, you're used to it. What have you been up to, sir?
I have been up to quite a bit. Like I said, work kind of screwed me over for a while. I was assisting with a court case, which was in Trenton, New Jersey, and I work in Philadelphia. So it was a lot of late nights driving to and from Trenton, New Jersey, which, as you can imagine, sucked ass.
Is that the same case there where they switched your hours to, like, basically my hours? Like, you were getting out of work at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Come April 20th, I might be doing 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. to assist with another court case.
Wow, dude, that's insane.
Yeah, it sucks.
Do you get any type of bonus or anything for all that?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, we've had a fantastic month at work, so I'm actually supposed to get a pretty decent bonus this month.
Could be worse.
But, it's neither here nor there. I was also in the hospital again. I Twittered it, so, I mean, these are a few months, well, it's a few weeks old, but when I was trying to fall asleep, I had this incredible, sudden pain in my chest. And it kept happening, so I thought I was having a heart attack. Or some crazy form of angina. I went to the emergency room. They thought that instead of my leg twitching when I'm trying to fall asleep, it's the muscles around my heart or in my chest. Yeah, it turns out the doctors in the emergency room were wrong. It was just my stomach eating me alive from the inside.
Oh, yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, so now I have some medicine to, stop it from doing that.
But you can't drink the balls anymore.
No. I actually did. I had some yesterday.
Oh, really?
Last night. I had to chug some Malox immediately after, but that was pretty good.
So basically anything like too acidic, you have to follow up with something else?
Yeah.
Oh, man. No more grapefruit?
No more grapefruit. I never liked grapefruit either. I have to, sit for an hour after I eat, and I can't bend over, or else all the acid pours up into my throat.
Is this a permanent thing?
Unknown at this point. The doctor gave me short-term medicine, which I'm supposed to take for 1 or 3 months. And I'm supposed to call him after that and, see how I'm doing.
Yeah, I remember that night, too. I was getting ready to go to bed. I had a really bad night, and I had my iPhone, and I looked at Twitter, and I was like, oh, Kyle's having a heart attack. This is a great end to the night. Here goes my co-host. He's dying on me.
Yeah, there were some pretty funny twit pics following that. I think that's the thing I do is I I live blog my trips to the emergency room.
Oh, it's no different than that guy at Dig who live blogged his house being broken into.
What?
I can't remember his name. I don't follow the Revision 3 stuff too much anymore, but David Prager, that's his name. He used to be on Tech TV, the Screensavers.
Okay.
Somebody broke into his house, and
Alright.
he put the live feed up on Ustream, and then hid while the guy was breaking into his house. So he was twittering and streaming what the guy was doing on the internet.
Did he call the cops while this was happening?
I guess after the fact, I guess the guy fell asleep on his bed.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's neither here nor there, but yeah.
Yeah, that guy's retarded.
Yeah, it's not the smartest thing to do.
No, not at all.
Yeah, takes all kinds to make the world go round, sir.
Yeah, I guess. And, man, on his bed? Fucking moron.
Yeah, and well, I mean, if somebody breaks into my house, the first thing I'm going to do is either club them, like you did with your girlfriend, or
Yeah.
I'm going to, call the cops.
You're not gonna, maul them?
No.
'Cause
Well, I said club them like you would with your girlfriend.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't you have claws or something?
What?
Don't-
What was that?
Don't you have, claws or something?
Is this a reference to something, Kyle?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
It is only if you make it, Josh.
What are you insinuating, sir?
I'm just saying you have long fingernails.
I don't.
Okay. Well, then you wouldn't claw him. You'd
Fine.
probably club him.
Let's move on.
All right. So the last thing that kept me from recording was a wedding. It was Nancy's former roommate. She got married in a beautiful church smack dab in the middle of one of the worst neighborhoods in Philadelphia.
Yeah, man, you with the weddings, it's like every time that we go to record, you have a wedding.
I have 5 more to go to this year.
Christ.
One for Mr. Paul Nash. One for another friend of mine, Vega. 2 of Nancy's friends. Oh, wait. One cousin, one friend.
See that, though? Paul should fly us out there, or fly me out there. We could do, a live critical strike at his wedding.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be in Long Island. You could probably drive down there. Anyway. As to games, I've been kind of busy. And surprisingly topical.
I think we both have been, actually. I mean, it's been a month.
Yeah.
But around the time that we last recorded, there really wasn't too much coming out.
No.
So it was kind of like Fallout 3, Lost Odyssey, Street Fighter.
Did you wind up beating Lost Odyssey yet?
No, I actually really haven't touched it too much. I need to, I played it a little bit. I'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay. Well, I'll start off. It's kind of hard remembering stuff from 2 months ago, but I played a bit of online co-op of Kingdom for Keflings with Nancy, which then spurned my desire to play Black and White 2. So I spent a bit trying to dig up the discs for that, eventually found them, and started playing that.
I love Black and White 2.
Yeah, I love that game.
My biggest problem with that game, though, is everything is so scripted.
What do you mean?
There really isn't too much of an AI in that game.
Yeah,
can-
that's true.
You can even go into the text files or into the files of the game, and you can see how they're going to have the enemies react to whatever you do.
Really?
Yeah. There is really no AI in that game.
Huh.
It's all scripted. But, I mean, other than that, just beating your monkey or whatever is awesome.
Yeah, I had a wolf.
Oh, you took the wolf?
Yeah, he was big and strong.
I like to beat mine down. Make him feel bad, and then I'll throw him a ball and he'll be happy.
I didn't give him a ball, I just pet him a lot.
I wonder if they're going to do a Black and White 3. I haven't really heard anything about it.
Probably not. At least not for a bit. I mean, how long did it take from Black and White 1 to Black and White 2? Like 6 years?
Yeah, a really long time.
Yeah.
Really, really long time.
Plus, Peter Molyneux's been too busy failing with Fable 2.
Well, I don't know. David, Thrillhouse has been playing that lately, and he's saying it's the greatest game ever.
Really? I heard it was a good time, but too short, and there was no real ending.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a game I don't think I could ever go back to. Too gimmicky.
Eh, it is what it is. Which is gimmicky, apparently.
Well, I wasn't a fan of the first one either, so I have no real attachment to this one. Even though they're separate games, I just like the whole you grow old type thing doesn't really do anything to me.
Yeah, I like how you grow old, yet no one else does, and it takes you 4 hours in real time to become an old man.
Yeah, and plus my wife wouldn't fuck me, so fuck the game.
Oh, man. You couldn't murder your wife, but you could beat her mercilessly until she divorced you, which is apparently the most evil thing you could do. Best game ever.
I'm loading it back up.
Oh, yeah. But I played Black and White 2 for probably 2 weeks. Gave that up. A friend of mine asked me how to get Warcraft 2 to work on the Mac. I said to forget it and just play Warcraft 3, so I've been playing Warcraft 3.
There's no working version of Warcraft 2 for the Mac?
Well, there is. You have to get the Carbon version of it. It's too much of a hassle. I tried.
Warcraft 2 is good, but I think if I was going to play any of the older Warcrafts now, I'd probably just default to 3 anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing that on and off for a while. What else happened? Oh, yeah. The internet that I was leeching off of, something happened to it and it turned off. So I just went back to my Xbox Live titles. So I tried playing Braid again. I tried. I really sat down and I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to beat this game. So
and
I booted it.
It didn't red ring you this time.
It didn't red ring me this time. So I'm like, okay, Braid. Me, you, and this little guy. Let's do this. Let's solve these puzzles. So I booted it up, and I went into the game, and it showed me the first 2 maps that I completed. And I'm like, cool. And that was it. It wouldn't let me progress any further than the first 2 completed worlds.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, even though your save was carried over between your old 360 and this one?
Oh, no. That one was deleted. See, I played it before, and I beat the first 2 worlds, and I went, you know what, fuck this game. And then I tried playing it again, and it was just those first 2 maps that they were done, and nothing else. So
wow,
I said, fuck this game, I'm done with it. And then I read the fact.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I read the fact to see what the big deal of the ending was, and I was kind of disappointed.
So $15 well spent?
No. A year later, and I can safely say no. That game should have been cheaper.
Well, you're the one that told me it shouldn't have been cheaper of how great it was.
Yeah. It was the honeymoon period before, it red ringed my 360, deleted my save game, and wouldn't let me progress any further.
So it's safe to say that I'm the smarter one of us two?
Yep.
Yep.
You were right and I was wrong, and it's killing me.
Take that, Mr. Dumond.
Oh. So, after I got frustrated with Braid, I booted up Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And I am terrible at that game.
How can you be terrible at Castlevania?
Well, you get hit, and then you get hit by the other guy, and then you bounce back to the other guy, and it's some sort of grisly tennis match where they're just stabbing you back and forth in between themselves. And then I die.
That
so
game
I start
is so
over.
easy.
I've never played it before. This is the first time I've sat down to play it.
Is this your first Castlevania game ever?
It's the second Castlevania game ever. The first Castlevania game I played was for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and I don't know. I was like 6, and I never really played it.
Was that a port of one of the NES ones? Like, it had to have been. I don't really know of a Castlevania.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know there's one on the Game Boy, but I never played it, so I don't know if it's a port.
It might be.
Oh, well.
I don't know. Check the wiki later. So, yeah, I got frustrated with that. Went back to Fallout 3 for a bit. Got bored with that. What else did I do?
Did you ever pick up the downloadable content for Fallout?
I haven't picked up the new one. I haven't picked up the one for Pittsburgh. But I did play the the first DLC.
The
It was
one
fun.
in Alaska or whatever.
Yeah, Anchorage. It was weird though. You were in like a VR simulation for the entire thing, and then the guys who told you to go into it just started killing each themselves, which was kind of weird. When I got out of the simulation, they just started shooting each other.
Was there, by any chance, a big volcano that was erupting in the Anchorage expansion?
I don't know.
Because
Why?
Anchorage right now has a volcano right next to it that's erupting.
Oh yeah, that's an Anchorage. I knew there was a volcano erupting.
It's like, I think like 70 miles from Anchorage.
Huh. I
So
didn't
good
know.
luck, Derek, the happy video game nerd.
Wait, you know someone who actually lives in Alaska?
The two people from Starship Amazing are in Alaska.
Oh,
They both live in Anchorage.
wow. How many people are in Anchorage? Like 50?
No, I would say a lot more than that. Actually, one of my coworkers used to live in Anchorage.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to go up there and see it sometime.
Yeah, so would I. Anyway, back to what I've been doing.
Video games.
Video games. Lots of video games. So after I got bored with my consoles, I went back to my handhelds. So I started playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 again. And it's Tactics Advanced. It's a fun little game that you could play for a while. And so I
It's
did.
so awesome.
It is.
I love that game. That was the first, no, actually it would be the second Game Boy Advance SP game I played.
The first Game Boy Advance game I played was Lost. I forgot what it's called. It was a really good RPG.
Well, basically, to make a long story short, I spent like 8 hours a day at work sitting in Evil East.
Yep. So I played that up until my internet connection came back, and then I went back to Warcraft 3. And then I found out that Pokemon Platinum and Phantasy Star Portable came out. And Pokemon Platinum seems like a ripoff. I played...
But it's Pokemon!
Yeah, I know it's Pokemon. You go around and you catch shit, and you use the stuff you catch to fight other stuff and catch them, and you catch the catching and whatever. But it's the exact same introduction as Diamond and Pearl.
Same 3 starter Pokemon too? Chimchar,
And it's the same thing. The only difference that I've been able to find is that there is some snow on the ground. I don't know the significance of the snow, but Platinum is Diamond and Pearl.
I'm gonna be playing it anyways, I don't care.
Yeah, so am I. Ooh,
I for
I'm not
some
kidding
reason,
anyone.
After I played Pokemon Diamond, which, by the way, was my first Pokemon game ever.
Really?
Yeah, I never played them on the previous Game Boys.
Man, I was playing Red and Blue way back when.
Really?
My Game Boy Pocket. My green Game Boy Pocket, because I didn't have the red one. Because I was supposed to get the red Game Boy Pocket to go with my red Pokemon game. Because my friend had a blue Game Boy with his blue version of Pokemon.
Well, I mean, it was my first Pokemon, and I fell in love with it. I was so addicted to it. Like, I would sit outside of work before I would go in and sit there play it for about 2 hours. I traded a couple Pokemon with Dave online.
Yeah, I didn't really do any of the online stuff. And I didn't mess at all with the pellets to raise the individual stats of the Pokemon. Like the Poke... something. You mix like the herbs together.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never messed with that.
The only real difference I heard about that game, I don't remember who said it. Might have been Paul from the Video Game Jocks, but
Okay.
he said somebody said that the puzzles to get to the bosses in each training area is different. So like that's a difference, I guess, if that's important to you.
I guess it kind of is.
But I mean, everything else is the same. So take it or leave it. I mean, if you have Diamond,
I guess it. Yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. Yeah, you could import your Pokemon, whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start fresh. But in addition to that, I picked up Phantasy Star Portable, which is Phantasy Star with shitty story attached to it.
Doesn't all Fantasy Stars have a shitty
Yeah,
story
but
attached to it?
they have a story that you're aware of. It's, like down the street and you could see it because it's wearing like a bright red shirt. You're like, okay, there's a story. I see you, story, but I'm gonna ignore you and just go kill these Moombas and stuff and Gigamoombas, whatever they're called, and collect shit. And every once in a while, you'll glimpse the story again. But, I mean, it doesn't really bother you. Phantasy Star Portable, however, it's just in your face constantly. Like, every 10 seconds, there's some, like, shitty, terrible cutscene. And the thing that annoys me the most, it's voice acted. It's crappily voice acted. And instead of having the characters be animated during these interactions, it's still pictures that change. So one of them would be like, someone with like a surprised face and like their hands are backwards and it's like, oh, I didn't see you there. And then their hands are on their hips and they're looking at you like they're looking at the other character angrily.
I don't know. I can see that being kind of amusing, but I mean, yeah. Wrong type of game for it, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, the combat and stuff, like you going through all the the world and killing stuff, that's pretty fun. I mean, the mission system's fun because it's just like, okay, instead of me walking around for 5 minutes just trying to talk to people, it's start, go to the mission thing, select the mission, accept the mission, screw around in the game world. But you just have to endure 3 shitty cutscenes in between all that. My poor X button on my PSP is probably going to be dead soon for me mashing the crap out of that to skip those cutscenes.
Does that have any type of online?
I think it's local. I don't know.
Ad hoc?
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. That's a shame, too.
Yeah, oh my god, it'd be so fantastic if you could play on, like, just over Wi-Fi. Not locally, but, with people.
Have you ever played any of the Phantasy Star universes?
I played the original Phantasy Star for the, not Sega Saturn, the Dreamcast. My friend Mike got it when we were in middle school. And he got the keyboard, so while he was playing, I was typing stuff to people. So, yeah, that's what I did for a bit. Yeah, and the game was pretty fun.
What did you type to these people?
Like, oh, hi, there's a guy over there. Penis, lol.
Oh, at least you weren't a dick like Japanese players are to people on Final Fantasy XI now.
Yeah, what, now? What do you mean? They were always jerks.
Yeah, but now they're even worse.
How so? Because the MMO bug has hit me, and I don't know. I was gonna use a demo and start playing it again. For the third time.
Yeah. Did you ever try the Warhammer trial?
Okay, I started downloading it. It's 10 gigs. The internet died. I got the internet back. Laptop died. Got my laptop. Haven't gotten around to starting the download again. I want to play it. I desperately want to play it.
I said goodbye to that game.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
No, not so much. In fact, David tried it, and he basically agreed with me. Like, when he went into it, I said, look, everything's going to be really stiff. It's going to, like, you know how World of Warcraft, everything is so fluid. Like, your character animations, like, everything looks so good.
Yeah.
In this game here, like, your character walks like he has a stick up his ass. The environment looks so bad. It really looks so bad. And this goes back to what I was saying. I don't like MMOs now that
are realistic.
Right, that try realistic graphics. I like the kind of cartoonish, stylized look of like a World of Warcraft because they age so much better.
Yeah, they do.
So, no to Warhammer.
For you, I'll still give it a shot. I think I'm like 3 gigs left of that. I'll leave it running overnight.
I am interested in the 40K
Oh
MMO.
God, 40K. Oh God, speaking of 40K, Dawn of War 2. Have you played that yet?
No, it is sitting in my Steam account, all downloaded and not touched.
God damn it! I gotta play that. I gotta play that.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Oh
Did you
man.
get it?
No, not yet. I gotta find it.
You don't have Steam?
No, I don't have Steam. Why would I have Steam?
Is there a Mac version of Steam?
I don't think there's a Mac version of Steam. Would that allow me to run Windows games?
I think there is a Mac version of Steam. We'll look at that after.
Well, I'm gonna talk and Google that right now. So
Are you gonna Google the shit out of it?
I am gonna Google the shit out of it. Mac
Alright,
Steam.
nice.
Steam on Mac. Half-Life Fallout forums.
But no, I got a code for it from David again. God damn it. To download the game, and I downloaded it and I installed it, and I was like, okay, I should probably play this by like Wednesday. And I never did.
No?
I ended up playing Street Fighter instead. Yeah, I know.
Steam 1.4 software download. I think that. Do you have to pay for Steam?
No, Steam,
It's free.
Steam itself is free.
Okay, I know absolutely nothing about Steam because I never really paid attention to it.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, there is a Mac version of Steam.
Cool. I think I shall begin downloading that.
Yeah, you can download Steam and then buy it from there. Or try the demo.
I think I will try the demo.
If there is a demo, I'm not sure. But Steam has so many other games too, like your Half-Lives and all the id games are on there, like Doom and Doom 3 and Doom 2 and Quake 2 and Quake 3 and Quake 4.
Oh man, that's what else I did. I found a what is it called? There's a Mac porting software, and this guy has been porting over like old Windows games for OS X. So I started playing Half-Life, the first one.
Sorry to hear that.
Isn't that supposed to be like OMG?
I suppose. I'm not a fan of Half-Life. I think we've gone over this.
I think we have two.
Yeah, I hate Valve.
Oh, okay, I remember this conversation.
Gabe Newell is evil.
So, last bit of stuff. I downloaded a few demos. I downloaded the Hawks demo, and I was not a fan.
Not many people are.
It was too difficult to control. I mean, you couldn't really see what you were shooting at, which was kind of gay.
I heard that's a problem.
My biggest issue were the controls.
Everybody seems like everybody wants another dogfighting game. Like Hawks would have been great. Like everybody wants another Crimson Sky.
I never actually played that. I mean, I started to, but I never got too in depth with it.
Same thing with EverQuest. You couldn't get past the tutorial.
Har. And let's see. I downloaded the Afro Samurai demo.
Ah, dear God, why, sir?
Hold on. Despite the glitches, the somewhat terrible visualizations, I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed just cutting the shit out of 20 guys at the same time. I thought it was fun.
Do you watch the anime?
I haven't actually. Just kind of
Have you even
weird.
kept up with anime in a while?
No, I haven't watched anything in a very long time.
Wow.
Anime, not. I mean, I've watched.
I've even been reading mangas lately.
I've been reading the manga. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert: the fourth is Naruto's father.
Yeah, welcome to about a year ago.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, he just said, "Hey."
Speaking of Naruto, actually, I started reading the manga the other day, and it's about to get crazy.
Where are you?
Like, I just got to the part where Spoiler alert. uh, Sasuke kills Orochimaru.
Jesus Christ, you're like last year.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see what's happening in conjunction with the actual anime. I'm not going to read too much further.
Yeah, it gets crazier.
Because the anime is just about to that point. And same thing with Bleach. Bleach is about to get crazy too.
Yeah.
But enough of anime. We're not Dave and Joel.
Nope, no, we're not. The other demo I downloaded was Ninja Blade, I think it's called. It's like Blade, and there's ninja in it. Oh my
And
god,
you kill said ninja.
that game is shitty. I stopped playing it within 2 minutes. Do you know why?
No, why? Tell me.
Yeah, because the intro, the thing you play, there are no less than 20 real-time or quick-time events.
In the intro?
The intro.
For the demo.
For the demo, which is the beginning of the game.
You know, I mean, the demo for Naruto the Broken Bond kind of did something similar.
Well, it did two things. But it's not, okay, here's the stuff, here's a story to get you filled in. Okay, now you're leaping out of a plane 2 seconds later. QuickTime event, QuickTime event, QuickTime event, QuickTime event, QuickTime event. If you failed any of those, you had to do them all over again.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. That's a little much.
Yeah, and then you land on this building after another QuickTime event. And then it's another QuickTime event to dodge all the monsters that just spawned. So you kill all them, and then there are 3 QuickTime events when the boss guy shows up, and then there's a few more of them strewn in, and I said, you know what, fuck this game, and I turned it off and deleted it.
Oh well, not your thing, I suppose.
Nope, I tried broadening my horizons and it didn't work.
I don't mind QuickTime events so much as long as the game doesn't abuse them.
Yeah.
But like Naruto the Broken Bond didn't do them too bad. I mean, you had them obviously, but they were really spread out. And a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I don't know if you played that.
Nope. Wait. Yeah, I played the first one.
Well, there is only one right now.
No, I played Marvel something on the GameCube.
Yeah, that wouldn't be Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
No.
That was on the Wii, the PS3, and the 360.
Nope.
But that game, to me, really abused QuickTime events. Although I really want the second one. Bring it on.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, speaking of QuickTime events, the most recent game I've played and am currently loving, with a few exceptions, is Resident Evil 5. Yeah, how's that for topical?
Resident Evil 5. So, how do you feel about playing a racist game?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm comfortable with it.
No, I'm not insinuating that I think it's a racist game. I don't.
Oh, I am. Well, I'm not saying that the creators did it saying, that they did it for, racial reasons. But you do spend an awful lot of time shooting black people.
Okay, but where does the game take place?
Africa, which makes sense.
Right, so it's racist only if you take it out of context.
Exactly. But I have just one issue to take up with the fanboys. With
Mick?
No, the other. It's the kid. There's Mick, Such, Josh. That's why I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if I was confusing you or the other guy. But anyway, they're not more ghoulish in appearance. They're painted white because they're tribesmen, and that's what they do. They're wearing like body paint, and you are literally fighting guys in skirts who are throwing spears at you.
Why? What did Josh say?
He said that it became less racist because the guys became more undead looking. But they weren't undead looking, they were wearing paint. Like war paint.
Alright, fanboys lose, Critical Strike wins.
Yeah. But yeah, so black guys who throw spears at you. And you wipe out probably half of Africa. And that's only halfway through the game. I imagine you kill the entire African continent by the end of the game.
I have that game sitting right next to me too. I have to play it.
It's a good game, but I figured out why Africa is so poor. You want to hear my reason?
Is it going to get us in trouble?
Maybe. It's because they leave money, gold, and jewels everywhere. They just leave it lying around. You kill a guy, he has like $1,000 worth of gold on him. You open up a chest, $1,000 worth of gold in it. Break open a pot, there's a $10,000 gem. Maybe if these people didn't, leave all their money lying around in grass and breakable pots, the occasional crate, I think they'd be much better off. That's just this guy's opinion.
All right.
Maybe they should. Well, maybe they shouldn't invest it now. But maybe they should put that money somewhere. Maybe they can spend the $2 and give 40 African children water for a week.
All right, now you're just getting a little borderline bad.
Yeah. All right, I'm done. Your turn.
「隣の海藻は青く見えるさ」「陸に行くのは大きな間違い」「周りを見てごらんこの海の底」「なんて素敵な世界だこれ以上何を望む」「素晴らしい」
Alright, damn. How do I follow that up?
Thinking about that for a while. I'm so glad I could finally say it.
It should be pretty well known. By this point, Street Fighter 4 came out.
Oh, have you been playing that, Josh?
I have been playing the shit out of it. And, it's Street Fighter. It's a little bit more combo heavy than Street Fighter 2 is. Not like Marvel vs. Capcom bad, but you can link a lot more moves together, so it takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
The game is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the backgrounds, though. At first, I really didn't, but now I wish there was more of them. And strangely, the thing I missed the most from Street Fighter 2,
Yeah.
They don't have, each character in Street Fighter 2 had their own specific background and music that was associated with that background.
Okay.
Now they don't have that.
No?
So, there is no Zangief-specific stage or Ryu-specific stage and music that went with that stage. Now you can pick anyone that you want, and it'll play a random song when you go into it.
Ah, that's disappointing.
And that's not a big deal. It's just me being nitpicky. My biggest complaint with the game is I play on my Xbox 360 on my standard definition TV. And you can't read the text. It's all small.
Yeah. I'm struggling trying to read the text in Resident Evil.
Don't tell me Resident Evil has the same problem.
It's a bit bigger, but it's white text on a light background. It's not really helping.
For fuck's sake, Capcom. But seriously, so I put it up on my PlayStation 3, which is hooked up to my high definition TV. And that game is absolutely gorgeous, man. I can actually read it. I can actually play it. I'm avoiding online on both systems, like ranked matches.
Why?
There's way too many scrubs.
Scrubs?
People who don't know what they're doing. So everybody's starter character is always like Ken or Ryu. Those are your basic starting characters.
Okay.
And when the game first came out, for about 2 or 3 weeks, I faced nothing but Kens online.
Huh.
Which is kind of bullshit and boring. You get a little tired of facing the same person who throws nothing but fireballs.
Dude,
and
if I could throw fireballs, that's all I would be doing all the time.
Yeah, but you can Dragon Punch too.
Yeah, but the same thing with backflips. If I could do a backflip, that's how I would move.
You would backflip to work?
Yes, I would. My movement would be a series of backflips.
And then a fireball to launch you up into your window?
Yep. I don't know. It's 8 feet. I'm 8 stories up. That's a bit of a hike.
Yeah, but remember, in Marvel vs. Capcom, they can do that double jump, so they're really high up in the air. You could probably make it.
I could probably get to the second or third story, but no, that's too high.
All right. Anyway, I love Street Fighter 4. I can't stop playing it. My biggest complaint, like I said on the Capcom Tribute Critical Music, I wish there was a quarter mode.
A what?
A quarter mode, something like when they released Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting on the Xbox 360, and then Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix.
Okay.
They have a they have a mode called quarter mode, which basically like you can have up to 6 friends join a big lobby.
Oh, okay, and then it just switches out.
Right, winner takes next, basically.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4 doesn't have that. It's basically one-on-one fighting the whole way. So like, if I want to play with Mick and Thrillhouse, we can't. Like, I can only play with Mick, which is fine because Thrillhouse sucks. But either way, speaking of Thrillhouse, last night we played Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix.
God damn, is that a mouthful?
Yeah. That game, I love it too. Everybody I know was having a hard time going back and playing that one after playing 4 for so long.
Okay.
Because they are very different. Like, throwing, you don't hit 2 buttons like you do in 4 to throw somebody. You just hit like a high punch or a fierce kick.
Okay.
So like for like the first couple matches, I was trying to hit low kick and punch to throw, but I eventually got back into it, and it kicked his ass.
Huh.
So enough of Street Fighter, because I know you don't care about it.
Yeah.
But it's so good, and I'm buying you a copy of it.
Why? I'm not.
Because you're gonna.
Do you know what's going to happen? I'm going to try and play it, and you're going to beat me so bad at it, you're going to punch me in real life because I'm that bad at it. You'll drive down to Philadelphia to beat the shit out of me because you just wasted that money giving me that game.
Yeah, but I need a punching bag. Like, I can't even play Simon DI anymore.
Oh, yeah, because he returned it.
Yeah, like a little bitch. But, alright, after Street Fighter, I played Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection.
Did you play Shining Force 1 and 2?
Not yet, no.
You should.
I plan to. I've mainly been playing a lot of Altered Beast.
Oh, God, that game is so good, but so hard.
Oh, yeah, it is. Like, it has the Genesis version, and when you get the achievement for, like, beating the first game, or the level with X amount of points, it unlocks the arcade version.
There's an arcade version?
Yeah, there's an arcade version.
I didn't
That's
know
how
that.
I first played Altered Beast up in Maine at an arcade where we used to camp.
I first played it at my uncle's house on his Sega Master System. No.
Genesis.
No, he didn't have a Genesis. He had something else.
Genesis.
It wasn't a Genesis.
It was the Genesis. Might have been a Commodore 64. There was a version of it on that.
No, it said Sega, but it didn't look like a Genesis.
Alright, well, either way. Yeah, there's a lot of games on there, and the problem is, and I'm going to agree with a lot of people, Genesis games don't age as well
Nope.
as Super Nintendo games.
Wait, what?
Genesis games...
No, I
Okay.
heard you. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
It does.
Explain
It really
yourself.
does. Okay. Like a Super Nintendo game, take, I don't know, Final Fantasy VI,
Okay.
for instance. The music in that sounds 10 times better than it does on Genesis. The controls feel a lot more fluid than it does on than it would on Genesis. Like, you play an RPG on the Genesis and it just feels a lot more clunky. The music sounds really twangy.
Does it? But
of course-
the music difference is just because the chips are different.
Right, and the Super Nintendo has a super awesome chip made by Ken Kutaragi of Sony, who I would bang if he was a chick.
Don't kid yourself. You'd bang him anyway.
Yeah. Can you tell it? I'll get back to that later.
He had a Mega Drive. That's what he had.
Okay, either way. But no, Genesis games, they just don't feel as good as a Super Nintendo. Or I'll even go so far to say NES games feel a lot better than Genesis games. Wrap your head around that one.
I'm trying to.
NES games and Super Nintendo games feel a hell of a lot better to me than Genesis games. Not all of them, mind you. Like Altered Beast still feels pretty good to me, and it still controls pretty well. But there's a lot of stuff in there that I played. It does not hold up well at all.
Yeah, I went back home for, I think it was Christmas, and all of us started playing. My brother hooked up his Genesis, so we all started playing that. And I'm like, oh, you guys suck. I could beat this, no problem. I died within the second level.
Well, I'm not talking about like difficulty. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I have no problem with. Well, yeah, I love older game difficulties. They're harder to me. I love them for that fact. Like, I'm not a pussy and play only Xbox 360 games. I can beat Mega Man 2 with only getting hit once.
I can't.
Yeah, well, you suck.
Oh.
And after that, I had Lost Odyssey. And, yeah, it's Lost Odyssey.
You on the 4th disc yet?
No, I'm just about to the 4th disc. And damn, does that game, like, it was really boring. The 2nd disc, like, it ended, and then the 3rd disc is kind of really, you go into a lull. But then all of a sudden it's like, the whole story just basically shatters in front of your eyes, and the game just becomes a big explosion. It's awesome, dude. It's epic.
All right. When I get plenty of time to devote to a video game, I'm gonna grab that.
You have to, because it gets really good.
Okay.
I actually got into an argument with Paul about Lost Odyssey.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it on
I think you
I
did.
don't know,
The random encounter stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
He's like, well, at least my game doesn't corrupt saves. I was like, mine doesn't either. In fact, I've never had a save get corrupted. That was Kyle.
And wait, was it with Lost Odyssey?
No, basically with everything else.
No, I think I had a corruption problem with Lost Odyssey. I'm not sure.
I don't remember you having one.
If I did, it would have been a long time ago.
But basically, it comes down to I'm right. Lost Odyssey and Japanese RPGs are better than Western RPGs. Take that, Paul. You suck. Get out.
Wait,
After that, I had Killzone 2.
you played that?
I did play that.
How is it? I thought you hated
I'm not
shooters.
impressed. I don't hate shooters. I'm bored of shooters.
Yeah. Synonymous with hate.
I'm just everything in this generation has a fucking shooter element in it. It's either like a first-person shooter like Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty World at War, fucking Halo 3, Fallout 3, Gears of War. They're all fucking shooters, and I'm tired of them.
So
But I played Killzone 2.
Yeah, how did Killzone 2 match up?
It's beautiful. I'll give it that. It's very beautiful. Other than that, I'm not impressed.
So it's all looks and no substance?
I can't really talk too much about it. I mean, I'm only in like the first level of the single player, and Simon's been trying to get me to play the online, and I won't.
How does that work? Is it like Counter-Strike where one side's the Hellgas and the other guys are humans?
I don't know. I haven't played it. Like the only thing that I know is like it's like 32 players online, and every time that you play, like say a match ends, it starts up with it, and then it'll announce a different mode. Like kind of like if you were playing Halo, it would start up and saying Slayer or Shoddy Snipers or whatever it is.
I hate that
So
mode.
every game is different. So yeah, that's Killzone 2. I'm gonna have to spend more time with it, I guess. I don't fucking hate shooters. I don't even know why I got it. If you had a PS3, I would probably just give it to you.
I won't probably be getting those for a while.
And after that, I played Retro Game Challenge on the Nintendo DS.
How is that? I heard interesting things about it.
I love it. I love it, dude. It is so good. I can't believe you haven't even played it, actually.
To be honest, I didn't really hear anything about it because I don't read game news or anything. That's why I was surprised as hell when I saw that Pokemon Platinum and Phantasy Star Portable came out.
Yeah, but you listen to podcasts, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't listen to gaming podcasts. The only ones that are video game related are the Fanboys and Fast Karate.
I'm pretty sure the fanboys talked about it.
Well, recently, yeah.
Yeah, well, it just came out recently.
Yeah.
But either way, retro game challenge. Basically, take your childhood and then relive it. Is what it is. Like it has simulated like spoof video game magazines of the '80s with like Dan Shu in it and stuff. And dude, like
Shootin' Chan.
I'm not going to talk about like what the game is. Everybody else has already talked about the story and the background behind it. You know how it's actually based off of a TV show in Japan. And but the games that they have in it, they're really cool. I love it, and I can't wait for the second one to come out over here.
Oh, there's going to be a second
If you
one?
love retro games, then yeah, there already is a second one. It's out in Japan.
Huh.
But if you love retro games, then you need to play it.
I think I'll pick it up then.
Yeah, so I think it's really cheap, anyways.
Even better.
Yeah, I've been playing quite a few cheap games this last month, actually. But after that, okay, let me do a little background here on this one.
Okay.
It's pretty well known that we're friends with the Megas.
Yes, we are. Well, you are. I listen to them, and they acknowledge me on Twitter, but that's pretty much it.
All right, well, I'm friends with the Megas. And so Greg and his friend Kevin, they were doing something called the NES Challenge, where they're playing different NES games to see who gets the highest score.
Yeah.
And they were doing that one night, and they were streaming it live. So I went in there just to shoot the shit with them. And Kevin called me out. He said, look, I beat your Geometry Wars 2 score in pacifism mode, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, I didn't really think too much of it. I kind of said that, I'm going to take it back, but not really intending to go take it back. And then they had another podcast that they did, because the Megas do a podcast. And again, in there, I was at the live one, and it was brought up that Kevin beat my score, basically getting called out again. So, at that point, I was getting a little annoyed by it, because I'm not much of a competitive person, but I can be, especially by people who don't really play games like the Megas. So I loaded up Geometry Wars 2, and I spent about an hour with it, and then I beat the score. I took my score back from Kevin.
You took back your mantle?
Yeah, I think I had like maybe 50 million, and he got like 60 million when he beat me, and now I'm at 80 million.
Wow, that's the hell of a raise.
Yeah, so take that, you little bitch. Don't ever call me out again. Fucking Megas. But either way, I mean, that was pretty cool. It kind of gave me an opportunity to go back and play that game, even though I've had other people calling me out about scores, like our friend Nick Maselli. I'd be at work and I'm getting AIM messages. Oh, I just beat your score in Geometry Wars, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, yeah, so I'm playing Street Fighter, bitch.
You didn't pick that up yet?
No, he picked up Street Fighter 4.
Oh.
I didn't want to talk about how I beat him so badly with E-Honda.
Oh, man.
It made him scream.
E-Honda, you're so fat.
Nick is so mad at that game, too. He wants E-Honda to have the jiggle physics. Like, there's a character in there called Rufus.
No,
right?
I don't.
Okay, well, there's a new character in Street Fighter 4 called Rufus.
Okay.
He's big and fat. Like, he's gigantic. And his belly jiggles a lot. Like, it has real-time jiggle physics.
Okay.
So he wants E-Honda to have that.
But E-Honda's supposed to be all, like, muscly. He's muscly fat.
Well, that's right. That's what everybody keeps telling him, and he doesn't like that.
He's a sumo wrestler. They're big, they're just not obese.
Yeah, basically. So Nick is wrong. I'm right. And, okay, so there's Geometry Wars 2 and the Megas, and I beat my score back, so I feel complete. After that, I played some Peggle. I don't know if you've ever played Peggle.
Never. Nope.
I've never played a Peggle game before. I know they're out on the PC and the DS and the iPhone and the PSP and everything else, basically. And then one came out on the Xbox 360, and I downloaded the demo, and I was really bored. And so I bought it, and it's Peggle. It's nothing really more. Like, you shoot a ball down to try to hit these orange little balls, or pegs, whatever you want to call them, and try to clear out the board, and that's basically it. It's Peggle. Worth the $10? I don't know. You all right?
I guess.
Not too interested in the Peggle?
No.
All right. Yeah, it's Peggle. I don't really care about it too much.
What, did you play Diner Dash 2?
No, but I did play something similar. After that, I played Flower on the PlayStation 3.
Yep. Did you make that everything green again?
I did. Dude, that game is so gorgeous.
Okay.
I don't know, like, it is so pretty. Everything about that game is so pretty. The music, it's so relaxing. It's a good, like, I liked Flow. I don't know if you remember, I've talked about Flow in the past.
Yeah, I played Flow. I liked Flow.
Yeah, it's just a relaxing little dink-around game, if you want to call it a game.
Yeah.
And Flower is pretty similar, but it has a little bit more game element to it. But it's fun. It's relaxing. You can just chill out, lay in bed, and move your controller around.
You know what is really relaxing music, too? Kingdom for Keflings. It has, like, Weather Channel music.
But you know what? You're going to get us in trouble if you keep talking about Kingdom for Keflings.
Why?
Because most people don't consider that a game.
Dude, whatever. Most people won't consider Flower a game.
I would consider Flower more of a game than Kingdom Keflings.
The point of Kingdom for Keflings is you got to build a castle. In order to build a castle, you got to get Keflings. In order to get Keflings, you need houses. In order to get more houses, you have to give them, you have to make better stuff.
Yeah, but in order to make the grass green, I got to move my little flower around and get all the other petals.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. Take it or leave it. I think Flower is better than a Kingdom of Keflings.
You haven't played...
I win.
Whatever. We haven't played the other game. Each other's game. We're at a stalemate.
Right.
I'll accept that.
No stalemate. I win.
Fine.
After that, I played Carcassonne.
What? No.
I played Yes?
You didn't tell me?
It was at 3 a.m. last night.
Oh, I was en route back to the apartment.
Yeah, it was a late game. I was watching a movie on Netflix. By the way, if you have Netflix, watch American Pimp.
American Pimp?
Yeah. David's been telling everybody to watch it, so I watched it, and it lives up to the hype. You learn how to be a pimp.
Is it like a documentary?
Yeah, it is. Do you know why I'm better than you in life, Kyle?
No, I don't.
Because I'm wearing gaiters. I'm a pimp. I'm wearing gaiters. You're not.
Gators?
You're just a square.
Wait. Gators?
Yeah, I'm wearing my gaiters. All right. Anyway, you just watch it. So back to the story. I was watching something on Netflix. It might have actually been What About Bob, the Bill Murray movie.
I am going to look up American Pimp right now.
All right. Well, I'm talking about Carcassonne. You talk about American Pimp. And then I get an invite from Simon, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go play Carcassonne, whatever. And, it's Carcassonne. The game's still it's really fun. I love it. We should actually play it again sometime.
Okay. I'll kick all your asses.
After that, I'm going to move on. And this is where I started playing my Wii.
Did you? You played with your Wii?
I've played my Wii quite a bit.
Did you drink it?
What?
Nothing.
Fuck you. I played Bit.Trip Beat on the Wii.
What?
It's a WiiWare game. Think of like Pong meets Rock Band in like an 8-bit style. Okay, so
I'm trying to wrap my mind around that.
Okay, so you have the Pong paddle, right?
Okay.
And you use your Wii remote. I'm not going to say Wiimote, even though I just did.
No, you're not going to say Wiimote anymore?
I'm not saying Wiimote anymore.
Why?
Because it's Wii remote.
No, it's a Wiimote.
It's a Wii remote.
No, it's not.
It is.
Who's making you stop saying that?
A very bad man.
Oh?
Yeah.
Does he touch you?
Yes.
Show me on the Mega Man doll where he touches you.
How do you know I have a Mega Man doll?
You, I, I was joking. You were
Damn it.
being serious.
Back to Bit.Trip Beat.
Yeah. So
okay,
Mick
so-
molests you.
So you have your Pong paddle. Okay,
And you move it around, and that, makes
Well-
music, and you have to hit the balls to the beat?
Yeah.
Okay. I get that now.
Well, you move your Wii remote.
We,
Wii remote.
Wiimote.
Wii remote.
Wiimote.
You rotate your Wii remote
Wiimote.
to move the paddle, basically up and down. And on the other side of the screen, little balls will start coming towards you.
Okay.
And if you hit it, then it makes like a beat. And this game gets really hard.
Okay.
Because then they'll start coming in different patterns, and there's specific ones that'll make your paddle like really small, like a pixel. And
Okay.
the music is really awesome because I love retro music
Yeah.
or chiptune type music, and this is more like a chiptune. And it's really hard, and there's two like modes to it. You have like a normal mode, and then once you build up enough multiplier, then it'll go into hyper mode.
Uh-huh.
And if you lose all your life, because on the bottom there's like a life bar, and each ball that you miss, it takes a sliver off. When you finally lose all your life, it goes into like this, I don't know, like little purgatory type mode where everything turns white.
There's a purgatory mode?
Well, everything turns white, right?
Okay.
And the music stops. It becomes silent. But the balls keep coming after you. And if you hit them, then you know how the Wii remote has a little speaker in it?
Yeah.
The music comes out of there, not the TV.
Okay.
So it's like beep, beep, beep. And then if you can last long enough to build your life back up, then it goes back into the normal game.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. And then once you get back into the normal game, the music comes back onto the TV.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's really neat, and it's downloadable on WiiWare. It's really hard though. I got past the first stage, which takes 15 minutes, I think, and then there's a little boss battle at the end.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I definitely like it, and if you like chiptune type music or you want to use your Wii, then check out Bit.Trip Beat. I liked it a lot.
All right. So
And,
what else did you play?
What?
What else did you play with your Wii?
The bad man, who I will not mention.
Mick.
The bad man mentioned to me a game called Order Up.
He got you playing that too?
Yeah, it's $20. It's like a little
You're playing
kitchens.
Diner Dash.
Yeah,
You're playing
It's
Diner
really-
Dash on the Wii.
it's really fun, dude. It's really easy. It's just really fun. It's kind of relaxing. You add spices to food. You cook the food, and it all uses the Wii remote. And
As well it should.
yeah, the game doesn't take itself too seriously, which I like. And one of the big appeals to it that he made mention to me is that there's like specific characters out there who want their food different ways. Like a vampire will come in and he'll want you to make it really, like if he gets like a burger or something, he wants it really
Raw.
raw. Yeah. And then there's a Clint Eastwood type character who wants it burnt.
Huh.
So it's a fun little game, and it's only $20. You can't really go wrong with $20.
No.
So the bad man got me to play that game, and I love it. Anybody who has a Wii and you want to get a little cooking simulator type game, then check out Order Up. It's pretty good. And lastly, for the Wii again, I have Mad World here. I haven't played it yet.
No? Why not?
It's sitting right next to me. I'm looking at the GameFly envelope. I need to play it.
Yeah, you should.
But other than Mad World, that's enough for the Wii and the Wii Remote. Wii Remote. I've been working on the my NES collection.
So how many games do you have now?
I think the total right now is 197.
Jesus.
And I also picked up a Dreamcast for $15 with 2 controllers and the memory card. And I've never owned a Dreamcast before, so this is my first one.
I could have sworn you had a Dreamcast.
No, I didn't. After the Saturn, I kind of hated Sega.
Oh man, I think I might pick up a Dreamcast too.
Dude, it was really cheap, so I was like, fuck it, I gotta get it, you know? I don't know, do you want me to read off the NES games that I got recently?
You got like, what, 30?
Yeah.
No, just send me. That's a
Just
long
some of
list. Yeah, give me the highlights.
Alright, I got a complete box version, like manual, the box, everything, of RC Pro M2, which is a rare game.
Cool.
I got Ghosts and Goblins.
Awesome.
I got all the Dragon Warriors, 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Yeah, that's alright.
Bases Loaded 1 and 3.
Cool.
Let's see here, looking at my little list. I got a complete box version of Fire and Ice, which is basically like, I think a predecessor, or maybe even a sequel, to Solomon's Key.
To what?
Solomon's Key. Forget it.
Yeah.
I got Rad Racer 2.
Cool.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah. Raid on Bungling Bay.
What?
Okay, Raid on Bungling Bay. It's made by the same dude who does The Sims, Will Wright. You know
Okay.
Will Wright.
Yeah, I
Everybody
know Will
knows
Wright.
Will Wright. This was his first video game he ever made.
Really?
Yeah, I played it on the Commodore 64, and I didn't realize that there was an NES version up until maybe like 6 years ago. So I have it, and yeah, I loved it back then. I love it now. It's actually, you can easily say this is Will Wright's first violent video game,
Cool.
and probably his only violent video game.
Oh, come on. No, I'd say all the violence in Will Wright's games are user-generated.
Right, and this one here is actually a violent video game. Like,
Okay.
there's boats that shoot at you,
Alright.
and you're blowing up military bases.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got the Goonies 2,
Alright.
Ninja Gaiden 2,
Oh, Jesus.
A Boy and His Blob.
Oh, man, jelly beans.
And I mean, that's all I'm going to read off. The rest are like really basic games, like Miss Pac-Man or Snake's Revenge, which is the sequel to Metal Gear.
Cool.
But yeah, that's about it for my NES collection. It's coming along pretty nicely.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I got to take some pictures of it. I have a bunch of people asking me. I don't know. That's
You
what?
should also send people a picture of your face,
Why?
because you're an internet mystery.
I know. Paul keeps making mention that he's never seen what I look like.
I told him what you looked like.
Let me guess.
What?
I'm very hairy,
That was one of the descriptions, yes.
and I have long teeth.
I didn't say that. Just said you have a baby face with a lumberjack's beard.
And I eat people.
Well, that's because you're a cannibal.
Now, you know why I've been making all these references to the older stuff?
What older stuff?
Like the older podcasts that we used to do, like all the old
Yeah.
episodes. I the other night at work, I was on my iPhone. I couldn't find anything I wanted to listen to, and I listened to the old montage that we did for last year. So all the quotes and everything that we did for that first year of Critical Strike. And yeah, there was a lot of... You were mean to me back then.
Oh, and you weren't mean to me?
No, actually, I wasn't.
There has to be... But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to all those podcasts. I'm gonna put together a montage of all the times you yell at me.
I was actually thinking of putting a montage together for this year, but I don't know if I'm going to.
Why not?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah? Outsource it.
I just moved...
Outsource it to Paul.
I don't like Paul.
You know, he's just got a wedding coming up. He's got nothing else to do.
I don't like Paul anymore.
No?
Any man who doesn't like Japanese RPGs, I hate.
Well, that's
So
sad.
I suppose that's going to do it for this episode, Kyle.
Yeah, we talked up a bit of a storm here.
We did. Do you have any life lessons, since it's been a while since we've done one?
Life lessons. Let's see. Make sure that there's no one sleeping on your arm when you go to use that arm to turn off the alarm clock, or else you will punch them in the face.
And make sure there's no witnesses when you're beating your girlfriend.
Well, there weren't any witnesses
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, Spartacus saw it, I'm sure.
Sparta. She's
Sparta,
a girl.
yeah.
How about you? What's your life lesson?
My life lesson would be, say we remote.
That's not a life lesson. That is a suggestion that no one will take.
Okay. Then I have no life lesson.
I think your life lesson should be to not be molested by Mick,
By the bad man.
the bad man.
But, yeah, so we just did our first episode in a month. Yay!
Actually, almost 2 months.
Shut up!
Oh man, wait. Yeah, 4 more days, and it would have been 2 months.
Did you listen to the critical music?
I did listen to the critical music.
That was big.
That was very long. Kept me going through work though, so I wasn't objecting.
So we'll probably do this again in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, we're going back on our schedule.
Yeah.
And we will see everybody in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So goodbye, folks.
Goodbye. Go on.
And goodbye, Kyle.
Goodbye, Mr. McNell. Yes, I realized it's a whale.
Okay.
Okay, let's record.
Ready?
Yep, go.
Go! Do it!
I'm gonna interrupt you if you don't go.
Hello and
Do you
welcome.
want me to interrupt?
My God.
Sorry.
My God, Kyle.
Just go.
A month in retirement and here we go.
Yeah.